everyone, I'm so excited to have you here and welcome to our first lesson. We are going to question the existence of learning styles in education. I'm pretty sure you know what they are, so we're not going to define them or anything, but rather have this critical thinking approach. Do we really need to focus on a single learning style for each student? Of course, there is no right or wrong in what I'm sharing, so please don't judge me, it's just my opinion.
Okay, so if the store has 10 potatoes, right, and you take away 2 of them, how many potatoes would the store have left?
Janine, what did I say about taking my potatoes from the lunchroom?
But visual learning is so much better.
Well, guess what? Now you have 0 potatoes.
Visual learning is so much better. Well, technically, this can be defined as partially visual learning. There is also auditory and kinesthetic learning. Let's quickly recall the learning styles model, which is called VARK, visual, auditory, reading, writing, kinesthetic. The model was not even scientifically proven. It was just a random what-if idea. If a student is taught in accordance with their learning style, they do not perform better academically than those who are not taught in accordance with their learning style. Because what is this learning style? What if we as humans are a combination, a blend of different learning styles? So as we go back to Janine, she did not just use a picture of a potato. She uses the actual potatoes, real life objects. And if Janine let the child take the potatoes out, they would experience kinesthetic learning as well. They would touch it. They are engaging with the environment. And plus, besides that, Janine is putting the problem into words, which is a part of auditory learning. The child hears, they see, they also have a chance to touch it. The only learning style that's missing here is reading. So the child does not see the text. Let's say you're teaching the word vase, right? In your classroom. Let it be offline or online, doesn't really matter, because if it's online, you can still ask the student to find the object and touch it. If your student is a visual learner, are you just going to show the picture to them? No. You're still going to spell out the word for them, which activates reading. You're also going to say the word, which is going to activate auditory skills. You can also ask them to write, which goes with reading. And the last thing that we're missing is kinesthetic. Why not to ask the student to bring and show the vases that they have in their house? If you're teaching online, okay, what vases, what kind of vases do you have? And they are interacting with the object as well. You can do that in offline classroom if you have this show and tell before you start the lesson, when everybody comes with a certain object to show and tell the class about.
I have the most awesome cat in the history of time. Not only is his name Fred, but he has just one eye.
Okay, Khalil, come on, you're up. What you got?
For show and tell, I brought a famous person I saw outside. Come on in.
Hi, I'm Bradley Cooper.
What? You are Bradley Cooper. Why are you Bradley Cooper?
Why would we as teachers complicate our journey in teaching by trying to figure out the learning style of each of the students when they actually can experience different styles and learn faster? Now, what we might need though is personal attention. I will discuss personal attention in the next lesson. You might have already figured out that I'm a big fan of kinesthetic plus visual learning. I love when learners can interact with the real world, with the environment, and I do believe that environment is the third teacher. So it's the parents, the very teacher, and the environment. This probably comes from my own experience from being raised as a trilingual. Every single language was associated with different environments for me. Now, I would love to share one more example from my own experience where I blended different learning styles. For example, in storytelling. Now, this refers to younger learners, but you can always incorporate it and adapt it to a bit older learners, probably not adults. Let's say we take this wonderful story, Room on the Broom. In the story, we have different characters, let's say 5, I don't quite remember how many, and the broom. Instead of just opening the book and showing it to the children, which can also be fun, I'm not saying it's not. Books are important because when the children see that you're interacting with the book and you're enjoying it, we are nurturing love for reading. But now we're talking about the blend of learning styles, and this is how I implemented this in my storytelling activity. I bought a couple of wooden spoons. I painted them and drew the characters on each of the spoons, and I turned one of the spoons into a broom. And as I was telling them the story, I would have a new character coming from the back. They could be like peeking at first and then we're trying to guess what character it is. There were animals. I could make the sounds of the animals just to help them out, or have the very first sound like cat or dog. You can also give the broom to them and have them pass it around, which is also so much fun. After that, they can also have the drama play. This is how kinesthetic and visual come together, as well as auditory, because I'm telling them the story. That is so exciting, isn't it? This is just one of thousands and thousands of ideas that I have in my head. I'm going to share them with you and dive deeper and give you a chance to come up with your own ideas as well during the course that I'm designing currently. Oh yes, and I forgot to mention how I absolutely loved the way Janine was trying to teach gravity.
I'm teaching a lesson on gravity.
That is such a fascinating idea to use in a classroom. But yeah, make sure principal knows about this because it might require some cleaning. That's what I did every time I thought of some crazy idea at the preschool, actually. And I did have to make sure the principal approves it before I could take the initiative and do it. I guess this will be it, and I hope it was helpful and fun just even to be with me here. I see you in the next lesson. Bye!